Hello, my beautiful and loving brothers and sisters in the motherland of Africa and the diaspora. To those who believe in the black unity and black empowerment, this message is to you. Within our communities, it don't matter where, we got a lot of self-oppressors. I'm living in America, and as an African, I witness and I know this American system is against African unity. Let me emphasize, American system is against black unity. The governments, they utilize a lot of our people to fight against their own people, to destroy their people. What I witness every time I try to send money to Africa to help out our black women, somehow the system try to intervene and try to prevent me from sending money to the motherland. I got this card, a NetSpend card, upload money on it. When I send any place, any other places in the state, it is okay, it go through. But now, I'm just coming back from the store and they tell me that I cannot upload money on the card. And everywhere I go, I see these police driving around, watching me. Yes, they got spies. They utilize oppressors, these self-oppressors too, to watch their people, to know what's going on. Right now, America is hell. There is nothing good in America. There may be opportunities, but if you do not understand yourself, you got to know yourself when you're living in America. Because if you don't know yourself, they're going to use you to fight against your own people. I got a beautiful black woman in the motherland. Yes. I sent her a little money. And it surprised me, it's truly amazed me to see the letter that I sent. She used that to open up a business, and now she got her own cooking business. And I see African women are truly intelligent. They are not dependent. They are courageous and modest. And when Americans know that a brother is trying to help their woman, you see a black man and a black woman is the perfect triangle. But when we are separated, that is a broken triangle. So for all the black brothers out there, don't let this worthless system stop you from supporting your black woman. Even if you're going to love another woman, love your black woman first. Put your black woman before every race of woman. You cannot leave out of your house and support another house instead of your own household. A lot of these people say they're racist. A lot of these European and other races of people say they're racist against us. You know what racism derive from? Racism is derived from self-hate. Let me explain to you. If you got water in a bottle, you cannot pour out orange juice. You got to pour out water. So the way these racist people feel about us, when they say they're racist, it's because they hate themselves. That's self-hate. So because a lot of these Europeans and other races of people who say they hate black people and they're racist, it's because they cannot stand to love themselves. That is facts. You can only put out what is within you. If you got love within you, you're going to put out love. If you got hate, hate is what you're going to put out. So when they say, why you think they victimize us so much? Why you think they persecute us? Because they want us to hate our black skin. But let me tell you, look around the world. Black men, white men, brown men, it don't matter who they are, the Chinese, Hispanic, everybody got a black shadow. But yet they say they hate black people. How can that be? They say Black Lives Matter. In the universe, you got dark matter. So what's the difference about dark matter and Black Lives Matter? We got to understand, pay attention to the signs. Every car tire, black. Why they need all the cars tire to be black? You see, black is so magnificent, astonishing, magical, resilient. Black is everything. But they try to dumb us down and let us hate our black pigment to bleach our skin. Black men and black women don't bleach your skin. to look like nobody, because everybody in the world want to be you. So do not be brainwashed. You got to love yourself. The more they fight you is the more you love yourself. Love yourself with your last breath. Don't let nobody stop you. I'm telling you, we are kings and queens. Yes, we got a lot of our people fighting for the oppressive system to victimize their own, just to get a loan. But is it worth it? Nah. Every race in the world right now is trying to build their own race. Why can't we do the same? We afraid to suffer? How long as we've been suffering? Our ancestors suffered too. A lot of our ancestors, they wanted to live their life. They wanted to live. Yes, our ancestors too, they wanted to live just like we do. But they make a sacrifice to make sure that we didn't have to face what they faced. We're going to make mistakes. Look around. We're living in a corrupted system. A system that they built to destroy us and keep us down. But we cannot let them keep us down. Because if you wasn't precious, why would the Creator put you here? Everybody depend upon us. They even got bleaching cream widespread bombarding the black community for black people to bleach their skin. Why would you bleach away your beautiful melanin? Black is beautiful. Have you ever looked at the universe? Western scientists, they spend billions and trillions of dollars to study the black universe. The black universe is like the black womb. Yes, I say it again, the universe is like a black womb that birth all colors. You see what I'm saying? In this color spectrum, black birth all color. So at the end of the day, do not hate yourself. Love yourself. Why would they give us bleaching cream? And yet, a lot of these people with light skin, they would risk their own life to tan their skin. You see, when somebody go in that machine to tan their skin, there is risk of cancer. And they would go into that machine to tan their skin, to burn their skin to look just like us. Why is that? And if you know, black absorbs light. So the sun that you see, it energizes us as black people. As African people, we shouldn't be afraid of the sun. I understand. If you ain't a person who used to the sun, do it in moderation, but do not be afraid of the sun, because same like how the plant, they absorb the sunlight and store the sun energy. The black skin is going to absorb the sun energy, and that's why they want you to bleach away your skin, because we're living in a time where the sun is getting hotter and hotter on the face of the earth, and a lot of these people, they're going to suffer the consequences. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to pull us down, because we are resilient. When the sun shines, the sun empower us and energize us, and they know this, they study. That's why they always study us everywhere we go. They always want to be in our lives. These colonizers, they raid and loot Mother Africa. They take the sons and daughters away from the motherland and bring us into the Western world to build their corporation. And their corporation, we are at the bottom of their corporation. How can black do the most work? And at the end of the day, black is at the bottom. Don't you see? They say we work less, but they are the one who work less. So who is truly worthless? A swine could never be a lion. The lion will always be the lion, and the swine will be the swine. So all the colonizers who live in hate and say they're racist, understand the concept of racism. Racism is self-hate. They hate themselves. They cannot appreciate themselves when they look at themselves. So they force us as African people through brutalization, mutilation, and all these things to hate ourselves. That's why you see a lot of black brothers they feel the need to destroy each other, because these people beat us down and try to take away our strength to let us feel inferior before our woman. So when we look around, we want to take out our anger on another brother. But that's not how it goes. If you ain't going to fight for your right, don't pick up the guns and take your brothers and sisters' life. That's the way of the warrior. If you do not got the strength to fight for your own race, do not try to waste your own race. It's a disgrace. We got to stand firm. Do not fear the system. The system utilizes a lot of our people to use the African arts, voodoo, obia. Same thing like how the gangsters in the street. Before, when black people was united, we see that in America too, in the history of America. When black men and women see each other as brothers and they show love, the system was fighting against them. They didn't give them guns. They bring crack, cocaine in the black neighborhoods, destroy the minds of the leaders. And when they do that, and black men was willing to kill each other, that's when they say flood the black community with guns. They wouldn't do that if black men was like brothers back then. Because you see with the Black Panther, when the Black Panther was standing firm, brother love, they didn't want them to have guns. But now when they become cracked out, doped out, that's when they say give them the guns. In Louisiana, they ban voodoo because black people commune together as a family. In Jamaica, all around, you see they trying to ban all that thing. But when we as black people so divided and disorganized, we do not know how to organize, and we hate each other, that's when they say, okay, utilize them. Now you got so much of our people using voodoo against each other. Why? It's same thing like a man in the street fire guns at his own. They use voodoo, try to suppress their own through suppression, give us over to oppression. They suppress us to oppress us. And that's the way of the slave master. It's a chess game. While the rich man sitting in his corporate office, sipping champagne and flying in his plane, poor people is still living in pain. A lot of people going insane, so you got to utilize and use your brain. Do not let them control and manipulate you. Yes, sometime you're going to be living in fear. After all they did, barbaric. That's a hack of barbaric. So at the end of the day, ain't nothing wrong with supporting your own. Sometimes I step out to support my own, try to help my own, and I see some of my people look at me like I'm foolish. But if I did got my money supporting a white system, if I did have my money supporting this oppressive system that erected to build up the whites, I would be accepted. I see that a lot of black men or black women who support the system, it seems like they get accepted, but that's an illusion. If these people treat us like this, you think they truly love us? They use us when they're ready. And when they don't see no problem, then they refuse us. Don't you see? It's like they say they're despicable. Just use them when we want them. But when we finish with them, throw them away like a broken tool. You do not want to be a fool. Make your own mistakes. Because as human beings, we are going to make mistakes. Love is perfection. And right now, we as human beings, we fall far from perfection. Until we truly align ourselves in the spirit of love and become one with the spirit of love in order, like the universal order, then we start going back to perfection. First, we go to perfection, we got to mature in spirit. If we don't mature in spirit, no matter how old you get, you could be 70, 80 years old, you still like a baby. Because in this world, it's like you creeping, you learning. So you got to understand that you first got to mature in spirit. When you start maturing in spirit, then you're going to start letting go of the worldly things little by little to gain understanding. Because money is just an illusion to conquer us. They build up a system called the money nexus. The money nexus is just to gain control of our minds. But first, how they do that, they need to get us to be dependent. Once we as people start becoming dependent, that's how they're going to control us. Through greed. Before you be first, don't always try to be first. Sometimes just be patient and observe, and when it's your right time, you will be at first. Thomas Sankara say, those who feed you control you. And once they feed you and control you, they're gonna be the one to manipulate you. Do not be a fool that's going to bring the weapons of the enemy to destroy your own people. Only a fool. No matter how many guns you say you bust, you ain't gangster. You kill your own, so you gangster. This is the modern day Colosseum. Black man killing black man try to get their freedom. They say black man pick up the sword, fight, appease us, please Caesar. And black man taking up the guns, which could be a symbolic of the sword back then. And they say kill each other. Black men killing each other just to get a little food, just to get a home. And when they get a little home, then they start stunning on their own. That's shameful. As I say, if you cannot fight for your own, do not fight against your own. Everybody else fight to protect their own. America never won a war of their own. They always try to utilize other people. Even when you look in the American army, so many different ethnicity that show America cannot stand on their own 2 feet to fight. When I look at the Chinese army, I see a lot of Chinese. I don't see blacks. So at the end of the day, it shows America ain't as powerful as everybody think. America always depend on those who she look down at to be worthless. So, as I say, I try to support a black sister, a beautiful black queen in Africa. She didn't have anything. I sent her a little money. And it's amazed me to see how intelligent and progressive Africans are. With just a little. And she already started her own business. She moved out of her mother's place and she started her own business. Very beautiful. And I respect that. In the Western world, people got a lot at their fingertips. And it still seems like they are the poor ones. Do not lose your joy and your spirit for the love of money. It's okay to work for yours. Instead of accepting bribe and deceit, do not accept no bribe from the colonizer. You know how it hurt them to see a black man, a trying black man and a trying black woman who be like, I know why we suffering like this. It's because of the system. Everything that y'all have, y'all loot and steal from Africa. And now we gonna show y'all what it takes to be royalty, a noble people. Although you steal from us, we will work for our own again and show the world what it means to be civilized. We are not the uncivilized ones. They steal from us. And we come and show the world that, hey, even through pressure, starvation, all these things, we're going to work for ours. We're not going to be like them. We ain't going to steal because we know that rightfully belong to us. What our ancestors, our forefathers and mothers leave for us, the inheritance for their children's children. Europe stole, the British stole, the French stole from us. And now that's why you see their children living wealthy and we are underneath them. But we are not truly poor. They are the peasant and they still living unpleasant even to this very day. So at the end of the day, fear them not. A lot of time I come out and speak and I get a lot of threats. They send some of my own people at me. America, they utilize the gang members. If they want to be free from prison, they go out in the street and cause ruckus. that get a lot of people to depend on the system.